Hello everyone and welcome back to City Skylines 2 with me, Matt, and we are back on the map of Tesserino. That is right, our island build that we're doing, that of course we are having to pay money for this one. That is correct. We are having to pay money for this one. And in the last episode, what did we do? Well, we kind of zoomed out here. Woo! There we go. Kind of a little zoom out right there. Very cinematic, isn't it? Not really, but here we go. We did a high school over here. Ooh, we got an autosave right there. We did a little bit of housing over here with the southwest buildings, I believe, if I remember correctly. And those came in nicely and they look fantastic over there. We also put in a little bit of internet over here. That's looking great. We also redid this area over here to incorporate, again, more of that southwest feel. And again, that's feeling more beachy than kind of the beachy ones I got, which are these over here. Yeah, kind of beachy, but not really beachy. Too many trees are not beachy for me, but they are there, and that's kind of what we accomplished last episode. So this episode, we're going to be looking at some transportation items. So go ahead and grab your water, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. Hope we're all doing well, hanging in there, surviving as the best we can. And to kind of remind people, if you do remember, which again, most of you do, because you guys have great memories out there, I was in some dire straits last episode. I was down to, I believe, $78,000. And yeah, money wasn't doing too hot, shall we say. And it was potentially going to just ruin this build. However, I did something this week that is, sometimes unorthodox for some. Sometimes it was really necessary. But what I did was I let the game run. That is correct. I let the game run. And what did that kind of bring us? Well, we have $673,000 in the bank and climbing, and we're making $4,620 per hour, which is fantastic. And I believe there's something else happened. Ooh, we did go up a level. So we did go from Tiny Town all the way up to Boomtown. So we got an extra 500,000 right there to kind of help us out. So yeah, So by letting the game run, I allowed people to move in. I allowed the simulation to just run to see kind of where things were at. So while I was doing other things around my place, again, the game was just running in the background. And while that was running, I realized traffic-wise, we're not doing too badly. Nope, that's my roads. There it is. Our traffic is literally the same, about 60% no matter where we go. And I'm still thinking this is a bug. I think I've said this before. Ooh, I think I have. But this has to be a bug because literally, why are these streets orange when there is no traffic whatsoever? So that's kind of a frustrating thing in regards to trying to manage your city of, I don't know if it's properly reporting said numbers. So yeah, always a fun time. But anyways, while we were doing that, why'd that building go away when I did that? Okay, I think it's another bug. While I was doing that, again, we'll put that there. I was also thinking about, how do I get people moving around in this area? And then it struck me, if we go down here and we go to trams, we might be able to put in some trams. And now hear me out. This is going to be, actually, how much do these things cost? That's a great thing. 100,000. Okay. 18 per that. Okay. Because what I'm thinking here is literally maybe putting a tram track. Yeah. Probably putting a tram track literally right down this main road, not on it, but to the side of it, so that we can go behind a lot of this stuff and come down here to the beach. And part of me goes, can we do it in the middle of this road? Or can we also do the same thing, kind of pull it through and have it on in between the road and the beach? That's something I don't know, but I kind of want to find out today. And what I'm thinking here is kind of starting off with a big loop, if you will. I think a big loop would do great around here. At least in this area, kind of going from here to here. Actually, let's get a little bit higher up here. There we go. So from like our bottom left, all the way up here, all the way through here, down here if we can, and through here. The reason I'm thinking that, at least right now, the reason why I'm thinking that is to kind of get our backbone going. And that's kind of what we need, is a little backbone of these things. And then, of course, need to figure out where the heck we're going to put these things also is going to be kind of a big deal too. So first and foremost, do we have the room to get a 2x2 here? Maybe. Let's see if we can't get this pedestrian road. Where is my pedestrian road here? Let's do the picka because that works. Pedestrian street, thank you. Pull that out as far as we can. It's right there, okay. And then from here, let's pull out the 4-laner as far as we can. Or not as far as we can, but at least right there. And then we'll just put in a medium. Yeah, medium roundabout should be good there. Did I put a small one? Is that a small one? That is a small roundabout. Okay. Yeah, let's update that to a small roundabout then, because I think that would be more better. There we go. Something like that could be good. And then I could, unfortunately, disrupt a lot of this. Okay, I might pull it. Now I'm thinking of... Okay, so it'd have to go in the middle of the road here. Okay. So that could work. Of course, I'll use Anarchy because I don't want to buy this tile just yet. Even though it looks like we're getting a lot of money, it's not as much as I would like to have in the bank, but I understand why it might look like that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to complete this up here as well. So we can go up here, go 90, 90, 90, at least go to there, pull this down to here, perfect, pull that into there. I think that would be good, right there. And then we can also put in a little bit of factories while I'm waiting and thinking about this stuff. There we go. Little 4, and a little 3 on the edge. Kind of get some of that done. Okay. Because as I'm looking at this. Where can we pull this to? No matter what, whoops, we should pull this 180 up like that. Should be good. And then we have a 2 there. We can pull across to here. Like so. That could be good right there. And then could we, let's check out our ground here. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Okay, it does go up a little bit. That's not bad. That's also a 2x2. Okay. Can we come out a little bit larger? Something like that. Could go right next to this. Like so. That could be good. And then we can go from there to there. Like so. Okay, that could be good. That could be good. So again, I'm just setting up this backbone for the most part in regards to getting everything in, as well as allowing our trains to work. So I think that is going to be the biggest one. And then now let's see here. How much room does this need? Okay, let's not snap to anything. Snap to zone grid is what I would like. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. Okay. Yeah, this might be a little bit harder than I thought, but we'll play with it. Let me play with this. So again, what I'm gonna do before I leave you guys to kind of wrap my brain around this is literally upgrade these roads, this road, but also take this in front so I'm not putting too much traffic on one road. I think down here is gonna be a lot easier, to be honest. But that's kind of the ultimate goal, is to make sure not much is on one road, but also make it look a little bit different, if that makes sense. So yeah, so let me go ahead and piddle with this, and I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, so after a little bit of work, we got kind of a good, at least I think, a good route in and around kind of our main area. So if we scroll on in, we take a look at this. We have our pedestrian parkway or walkway where pedestrian people can still walk and get to and from the beach, which is always nice to have that happening. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, so they should be able to. But yeah, they should be able to walk and drive just like normal. And of course, we use the mod road builder to build this stuff. I don't know why there's an arrow literally right in the middle of it, but you know, little glitches here and there. Always a fun time to deal with that. As you can see, we have our ambulance over here doing ambulance stuff. And then I also created this road over here, which again is also part of the road builder. And started to do kind of, still kept my 4-lane, my 2x2, but I also put in train tracks over here as well to help things out, so that, you know, we can kind of keep people in one area and so on and so forth. So yeah, that kind of goes all the way through here. As you can see, we're over by the tree farm over here, and we bring it down here like so, and we keep on going down. Now this is where things get tricky, because I did not want this part of our main road, because there's still some things that you can't do with the road builder, which I found kind of interesting. See, for me, what I would have wanted is having the walking path next to the median. Actually, can I do that? I'm just thinking, I'm like, wait, did I try all of them? I don't think I tried all of them. So let me go ahead and pick a something real quick and place it down somewhere. Let's just place it down over here. Cool, cool, cool. Don't care. Let's go to Road Builder. Let's use it as a template. Yeah, see what I would want the sidewalk into here, but I can't move it into here. So what I was thinking is, you know, sidewalk, nothing wrong with that. Cars, 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 cars. Another sidewalk, tree, tram, tram, tree. And then maybe another sidewalk. So, yeah. I don't think I can do that, to be honest. So, yeah, I wish that would have been... I wish I could do that. But maybe something to look into in the future, to be perfectly frank. But yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but I couldn't really get to. So let's go ahead and do that and get rid of that. But yeah, so that's what we got kind of going all the way around. And then, of course, comes the whole thing of, well, we do need trams on here, don't we? Well, the good news is we do have a tram depot. And what I was thinking of doing with it not, you know, hitting and connecting to everything is kind of getting it maybe somewhere over here, backing up to that. So maybe kind of right there. Maybe our best bet. So, whoops, nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do this and get it from about here and pull it 90-90. Perfect. And then I am going to put this bad boy. I can do my snapping now. Nope, I want you to be right there. Perfect. That will work for me. And we are going to upgrade this to trams. Upgrade, upgrade. Perfect, like that. And that will allow people to come in and out. So I think that is going to help tremendously over here to kind of get people moving and grooving, and from point A to point B, I think could help out tremendously. And then from here, we do need to put in some tram stops. And what I'm thinking of is literally putting them kind of like right here and right here. And we can always put in, where is it? My pedestrian path. Where'd my... There they are. Put it right there. Just like that to get to that. So that would be a nice thing to do. And so I think that's what I'm going to do, is kind of go along this entire path and get these in so that we can then get our train up and running, if I do say so myself. Put that right there. Perfect. Yeah, I think that is going to work out fantastically. So yeah, so let me go ahead and kind of get in a few more, and then yeah, we'll see where we're at with everything over here. Alrighty, I believe all the trams are out. I believe it was, I did 3 and 3. Yep, there's 3 yellow and there are 3 red. Perfect. We got some stuff going on right there. What I did notice while that was going on is there were some people walking over here. We have a person walking right there. So what I'm thinking here is, maybe do we put a stop over here? So let's go ahead and get a tram over here. Say like right there and right there. And literally all we're going to do is pull that. There we go. Much, much, much better. So then hopefully we will get people that are wanting to just take the tram from maybe down here and ride it all the way up here. I think that would be good to go from there. Okay. because these two or these three should be going the opposite direction. And I'm sure we'll get there shortly. My goodness, I can't chat or talk or any of those things. Okay, so after that of our trams, I was going to say after that, you're going to say, what's that? Or actually, even our trams, our postal service way over here. People are a lot happier about that, which is always a good thing to have. Our postal service is out and about doing their thing. So if we get out of here and go and look at our mail, and we look all the way up, all the mail has been collected. And yeah, things are looking quite nice. Again, green is good over here. So mail accumulation is very, very low. So that is a great thing to see. And what I'm also thinking here, because we are kind of losing some money now, is I probably need to put in some more housing. And to be honest, what I'm thinking here is kind of mirroring this over here. All right, so we got a lot accomplished today. And just as a recap, we added in this new little neighborhood over here, which is nice. We redid our beach area over here. And we actually put in a train or a tram. Train, tram, same difference. Actually, there's a big difference. But yeah, we added in a very big tram system to kind of go throughout, which is quite nice. And then we also added in our post office, which has given our people some happiness, which is always good. And we added in some more industry over here. So a lot accomplished. A lot has been accomplished. With all that being said, we're going to call it today for this episode at least. And if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as it greatly helps me out and is always greatly appreciated. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment down below saying, hey Matt, how you doing? Hey Matt, how's it going? Ooh, same thing. And of course, hey Matt, don't forget about this or don't forget about that. And one thing I would like your guys' help on is over here. How can I get my pedestrians to cross at the good old crosswalk over here compared to having to go all the way down there or all the way down there just to cross over? So if you have any ideas in regards to that, please let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a great rest of your week. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye now.